What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we got a good one for you, a good story about why I do everything myself on this channel. And yeah, big story. Sit back, relax, enjoy. We're gonna do a lot of work. This axle's involved, but first things first, I'm gonna say thank you guys for 200,000 subscribers on this channel. I can't thank you guys enough. So as a thank you to you guys, everything on my site right now is 20% off. Get all your stuff, get your gear right now for winter. I know it's a bad word, but it's coming up quick. So if you guys want 20% off on everything on the site, get your hoodies, whatever hats are there. As this stuff sells out, it's gonna be the last opportunity for you guys to get the OG merch from us. So as this channel grows and we look back, you guys are gonna be the ones with the OG merch, and it'll probably be the last opportunity to get everything at 20% off, which will be super sweet for you guys. And on top of that, I have a whole bunch of these shirts that came misprinted when they did the whole screen printing thing, and it was missing some of the ink. But the first 100 people are gonna get a free shirt. Just misprints, nothing wrong with the shirt, just missing a little ink. So you're gonna get a free shirt. Use it. I use these as literally big shop shirts. I just work in them. So if you guys want some, first 100 orders at 20% off, you're gonna get yourself a free shirt. Put your size in the comment section, or if you order a shirt or whatever, I'll match your size. So just as a little thank you, 20% off in that deal, first 100 people, and all that will run till Sunday. So I just want to say thank you guys for your support. We're gonna have a lot of new stuff coming soon, and a special announcement. It's gonna be a big step for this channel, huge step for this channel, but big step that involves this stuff very soon. Pick up what I'm putting down. But today this video is going to involve this axle here, this there axle. It goes on this Charger, my Hellcat here. I put a lowering kit, the K&W suspension on this car. It sits right, handles just perfectly, an absolute beast. So now that this car handles like a dream, is an absolute beast, looks sick, you know, dropped about an inch here. Well, when I had the rear end jacked up, I noticed that the driver rear axle had slung grease all over the underside of this car. We'll show you guys that in a second here. So I'm like, all right, sweet. I'm up here now. I'm not in Columbus with my old dealer like Coughlin Cars. Sweet, awesome people. Love them. I honestly love Coughlin Cars. Best dealership I've ever worked with, ever just stepped foot in. They treated you like a person, not a customer, which is super sweet. And I'm looking for another dealership to do that for me, because even when I bought the Tahoe, I still got treated like a customer, not a person, which kind of sucked. It was like half and half there, but I love being treated like a person when I walk into a dealership, and Coughlin Cars did that for me. The dealership I took this to get the alignment and my axle warrantied out, definitely did not. Treated me like an unknowing customer. So my axle boot sheared off, and honestly on these Chargers, they're not serviceable, so you need to replace the whole axle. People like SRT Mush, all those high horsepower Charger Demon Hellcat builders on the internet, this happens to them too. I don't know what it is with these axles, but it just happens. They've all taken them in, they get them replaced, no problem, just whatever. Well, when I took it in, they blamed my axle shearing off, blowing up, whatever, because I put a mid-muffler delete on the car. And they said my exhaust actuator that is like this far away from my axle, I'm going to show you guys, knocked it off. Then they tried to charge me for an axle, They try to charge me for the actuator that isn't broken, just has grease on it because it's slung out of the... Wrote me a ticket for $1,600, told me they couldn't align the car because they didn't have the specs. They only had the Mopar specs. So what you're telling me is you didn't want to put the car on the alignment rack that's going to tell you the car's aligned? Really? That's what you do. You put it on an alignment rack and adjust everything so it's aligned. You don't take every car and put it back to a factory spec. So what that tells me is you really didn't want to put the car on an alignment rack because the computer tells you the car is aligned? Really? That's just blatantly lazy. I'm kind of confused here. Is that what you do? You really just take all the cars and just wing them back to spec off an alignment rack? Is that what you do? So that blew my mind, that they just didn't want to put it on an alignment rack and align the car. Then they blamed the mid-muffler delete for causing this when the actuator is so far apart, and they tried to charge me for something that's not broken, i.e. the actuator, and a new axle. Tried to charge me $600 for this that I bought for $400. So that day I could have sat there and be like, yep, do it, paid $1,600 and been done with it. But you know what's funny? I bought this for $400. That's why I do things myself, ladies and gentlemen, because they treated me like an unknowing customer who walked in there with this car. They try to get money out of me, absolutely ridiculous. That's why I do things myself. That's why I built that farm truck in here. That's why I built the Tahoe here. That's why I built the SEMA truck here. And that's why this Charger has been worked on in this driveway as well. I do things myself because this guy right here isn't getting screwed. I don't fall for that. So although if I took this thing to Columbus, they probably would have warrantied it out at Coghlan, I can't drive this thing 2 hours with an axle with no grease in it because that's not good at 80 miles an hour. You don't want to do that. So we have a $400 axle dropped off here, ready to install. Let's get this thing going. Just want to share you guys my story about why I've learned to do things myself, because look at that, saving $1,200 with one repair because I don't want to get screwed. That completely covers the cost of not even the wheels on my car. I saved $1,200. The whole set, my cost, I do get a slight discount on some things, but my cost on those wheels was like $1,000. It's not that I got money flowing out of my pockets. It's that I save so much money doing things myself. So we're gonna move this over. We're gonna tackle this axle today. As you can see, the only thing I still need to do, I have to put those cancelers in. I got the oil change stuff coming again, but I gotta put those cancelers in for the suspension. See, service active dampening system. So that's the only thing with when you switch the car from factory to coilovers, is that the factory dampening system, like, you can adjust the dampening from the car, which to me, I really never felt the difference that much. I felt a little bit of firmness here and there, but I'll put those cancelers in very, very soon. I just gotta kind of solder and do some other stuff. I gotta get some solder on order and stuff, and then I'll do it right, and then we won't have that warning anymore. This guy right here, I don't like getting screwed. I know when I get screwed, dealers and parts places and stuff, I just can't take it, because they treat everybody that walks in there like an unknowing, dumb customer, and I just absolutely hate the disrespect. And that's why I do things myself. So that was a huge lesson to me. Even though that thing should be warranted and I shouldn't have even spent a dime, they'll get you. They'll try and get you. This is kind of everything I've pulled together to get this axle out. Yes, there's a lot going on here. I'm going to need a bigger socket to get the axle nut off with my bigger impact. But in the meantime, got all my gear wrenches or sockets, angle sockets, pry bar, hammer, ratchet, impact. Let's zip everything off. I saw a video, some guy was replacing his. I was trying to figure out an easier way to do it, but honestly, there isn't. I'm going to take this whole thing apart. Yeah, I was gonna try and like lean it maybe and get it out, but no, I just gotta take it all off. So that's what we're gonna do here. Let's get to it. The problem is this bottom bolt is like a huge ass Allen key that I may or may not have, because I'd be done in no time. Come on. I could see why they didn't want to do it, but honestly, I was just being lazy. I didn't want to take all the bolts off. Yeah, it sucks. I don't know why they're assembled like that, and there's like 8 different freaking control arms and stuff holding this rear knuckle on. Okay, interesting. Still took me probably like 30 minutes, maybe, and half of that was me just being lazy. So if I wasn't lazy up front, would have came out like immediately. But now, literally, it's just put it back together. And it's just frustrating that somebody was just like, whatever. But honestly, that wasn't that hard to get out. You gotta take off a lot of nuts and bolts, but whatever. I should have noticed this sooner. As soon as I saw this shaft and I like put my hand around it and felt this one's clearly a lot girthier. Like this one's just like thick, this one's quite thin. So honestly, it's the same length, same spline, same everything, but I really don't want to throw this one on just to do that again, just to put a new one in. So although not new, we have a slightly used one. Look, slightly used, yet the sticker and everything is in better condition than this one is. So although slightly used, still looks pretty new. So, and they're back ordered, and I don't want to throw this one on just to drive this. My stuff should be back soon, hopefully, so I think I'm going to order this, let that sit there, I guess. I really have nothing else I can do, and then I guess we're going to sell this one, see if I can take it back to a dealer or something, try and sell it back to them. I don't know. I honestly don't know. So, yeah, I might go ahead and order this one. 377 bucks. So, on sale from 629. So, I'll probably pick this one up and just put the right axle on there. I should have looked, but literally the ticket for my warranty said that this was the right part number, and it's not. So, like triple whammy on that dealer. So guys, literally just got an update from the shipper. He'll be here tomorrow morning, so it's not that big of an issue that this car is disabled. That new axle's on order. It says it'll be here before Monday, which that's a stretch. The ratings on eBay from the guy said he ships fast, so I'm hoping it gets here sooner, because otherwise this car is going to be popped up like this for a minute and a half. That honestly sucks that that situation is going on as well. But in the meantime, yeah, that sucks. That really does suck. That I did all that just for nothing, really. Because this is definitely thicker than this, there's no chance I'm sending it on a car with 700 plus horsepower. So let's wait for the new axle to come in. We'll slap it in, put it back together. But that's just really disappointing on my part. Tahoe ain't here, truck ain't here. And when the Tahoe gets back, I gotta do ball joints on it. Yeah, so when I did the lift, I noticed that the lower ball joints were a little iffy, so we're gonna have to do the lower ball joints and probably the lower sway bar bushings too. I just want to get that thing because in Daytona it's a little swervy. The new CV axle spacer is ordered and it'll be on its way here. Should be here in the next couple of days as well. Get the thing all tuned up and it should be good because it shouldn't be swaying as much as it does. So I'm gonna get that thing all put back together, and a little bit of a nightmare, but what can you do? Honestly, what can you do? Alright guys, well yeah, you can look at this axle and see that it's, obviously, we can see what's going on inside of it. Like, it's actually quite cool, those gears and stuff going on in there. That's sweet. So obviously I've showed you guys the perks of like doing stuff yourself, saving. I even saved more money this time, so it cut my thing down from like over 400 to under 400 bucks. So I'm saving even more money. But you do have to deal with stuff like this sometimes where, you know, stuff happens that shouldn't, and just a lot of other stuff. So yes, it is unfortunate, and yes, it does happen, but gotta deal with it to like save money and do stuff like that. So it sucks. It is frustrating. I was really ready to come out here, bust this out, and then I could be driving this tonight, but that's not the case. Can't be driving it like that. So, and I don't want to put it back together just to tear it apart, because that was it was a mess. It did make me quite anxious and angry because I don't know why every single thing should come out to like get that axle out. It's a tight fit in there, it really is. So that's about all I got for you today. We don't have anything left to do on this, and obviously our Tahoe and other stuff is in here, so I can't really work on much more. But this is why I like these videos, real life, not, you know, fabricated, blown up, everything's happy, jolly. This is real life stuff going on, showing you guys real life projects. So thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys again for 200,000. Like I said, 20% off on the website. First 100 people get a free shirt. Our Tahoe and our truck will be back here in the morning. That's honestly about it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, shoot it a thumbs up. If you haven't been here before, please get down and click subscribe. Take care. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. I apologize for the shortness, but it's just real life. See you guys next time.